Good evening, Super Metroid fans. Oh my goodness, Speed Gaming 3. This has been a spellbinding, a shocking, a amazing, superlative display of speedrunning acumen and ability between Eddie and MrGuyAverage. It all comes down to race 3. North Korea percent. I cannot believe this. Pirate, you couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, okay, this is amazing. 80%, 100%, two of the premier, probably the most two well-known categories. We had an awesome race for both, one apiece. And now on to North Korea percent. DPRK, I think. What is this about?
Honestly, I have no idea, Pirate. I'm on the spot. The race is starting. I understand the boss order, but I have no idea how to go about it. So I'm in for a real treat. I don't know if our viewers are, but I know I am.
Well, yeah, I remember how to spell it, so we can start somewhere. And yeah, let's see. Go with what we know. Same as always through morph, missiles, bombs. And I think of this category hockey as like RBO light, right? It's not reverse boss order, but it is a very non-standard boss order, and so you've got to figure out how to go about that. Obviously, Meridia first to get to Dragon, and since you can't kill Kraid or Phantoon, you cannot get Varia or Gravity, so you're looking at setting up for a suitless Meridia.
Ooh, we do love the suitless Meridia.
Yeah, required suitless. And then, so yeah, to do that, I'll explain a little more as we go. You're going to see a couple of extra items collected in Brinstar. And then without Varia, going down through and doing some pretty deliberate heck running in Norfair to get things like grapple so you can do your suitless Meridia. So
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The challenge for the runners in a nutshell is they have to pick up the ammo, the movement items to get through Meridia and do the first boss fight being Dragon. And then after that, it'll kind of stabilize out toward a more, eventually becoming a boss rush once both players are in go mode. But there you go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure, Pirate. That sounds wonderful. We'll see if our runners can pull it off. So if it's like RBO, then the moon dance is that on the table for this category?
Possibly. Alpha and Beta Power Bombs is the one that I've seen run. I don't know if players will consider Moon Dance. Chat saying yes. So obviously you can, rather than go up Red Tower to get the normal first Power Bombs in the game, you can Moon Dance down into Edicoons and pick them up there. Well, I don't know. I would assume MGA, who, by the way, Hockey MGA is the world record holder in this category.
That's right, yeah.
12. So definitely a challenge here on Eddie's plate. I assume that includes Moondance. Yeah, okay. Chat saying yes, they will both.
Oh, interesting. Zoa saying Zost is the world record holder.
What? Okay.
Did MGA recently get world record if he got it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go back and fact check. I thought that is what I saw on speedrun.com today.
Well, we'll just have to see it. In any case, regardless of ranking, yeah. MGA is a formidable North Korea percent runner. But yeah, chat pointing out Eddie, due to his rando ability, definitely comfortable with suitless Meridia.
Okay, yeah, chat. What I have is 5512 as of 2 days ago. MGA. I don't know if Zost came back and did that again in the interim.
Anything's possible after all. But no, I don't think Taco Tank. Chat asking about Taco Tank. I don't think it's a requirement necessarily for this category. But I feel like if you go down to the bottom of Bryn with Moondance, you get a double bonus. You get PBs, but you also get another energy tank. So Very
Mm-hmm.
interesting gambit.
One from there, one in Terminator, and do you get another one somewhere before you go into Oh, and then you'll get Botuni tank. So
Sure.
you'll have at least 3 for the Dragon fight.
Well, that's good. It's better than
And
the
then
alternative.
Croc as well. You're going to do grapple, so you'll pick up Croc tank. So you will have 4. I don't know if runners will get 4. I assume yes. But we'll see.
We sure will. We sure will.
Meanwhile, Eddie just cooking. Looks like a 440 bombs, or maybe even a sub 440 here.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
what a crazy time.
yeah, that is blistering. That's like the kind of pace you see in world record runs.
Yeah, Eddie definitely warmed up by now. That last run showed it, and this run is no different.
Yeah, and again, established in the category or not, just one of the most diverse, fundamentally awesome Super Metroid players out there. Done so much in map rando, so much in arcade. Low 41, 80% runner. And we'll have obviously practiced for this tournament too, so this should be a good one.
For sure. But like we said in the first race, doesn't take anything away from MGA either. MGA is formidable and is like a Swiss Army knife when it comes to all these different categories.
Yeah, MGA with a time for every single one in the tournament, like high on the leaderboards across them all. So chat, was there Zosti has a 52, 59, 3 years old. Wow, okay. Yeah, not sure why that is not posted. And I definitely don't know what Eddie's PB is in this category from this tournament or otherwise, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure either what it is, but if anybody has that information, we'd love to hear it, just so we can kind of gauge what we're going to be looking at. Oh, Eddie having to go back and farm another one of those books just to get enough missiles. That does allow MGA to
just like
move
how
into first.
At a 1 second spread on this race.
right as we say that, Pirate and Eddie moves back into first.
There you go. And yeah, so regardless of times or who holds it, I think one thing for sure, this is going to be a good competition to decide who's going into the finals.
I'll say. Definitely a difficult road ahead of them. Waiting for them in the finals is the overall #1 seed of the bracket, which is MM2 NES cartridge.
Okay.
And here we go. This is it.
What do we know about this fake voodoo? What? Back and forth.
We're going Ultra Instinct, Pirate. We're building up speed that we're gonna unleash.
Yep.
This is it. Yeah. This is the meme dance.
So step one.
Moon dance. Oh, chat, you got me. You tricked me.
Both players getting into a state with the way they jump up into this gap, where Samus is technically on the floor but has a non-zero fall speed. Right, so she is the game thinks she's in the air in a certain sense. But as she is actually standing on the ground, you can still move and jump, right? So now what they're doing is moonfalls over and over again, and every moonfall they do, they add a little increment to that fall speed number, and it keeps getting higher. And you'll see eventually they'll get it. Oh, does MGA has to start over? No.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah. I definitely have not done this trick myself, but I know it is. You've got to be precise. A couple wrong inputs, and you invalidate all those conditions, and you've got to begin again.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah, chat, throw it out if anyone knows the actual number of times you have to do a mini moonfall here, but there you go. See, Eddie has finished, dropped through that block, wiggles out, and now, without jumping, he runs over here. 176 moonfalls, and here on number 177, he is able to actually clip downward through one tile worth of floor because his fall speed was so high.
Wow, though this is really shocking here this early. That Eddie out to a big lead due to the little snafu there from MGA.
Yeah, so that's probably like, I hate to think, a minute and a half, a minute or so of stuff that MGA has to redo. That is going to hurt. It is almost a 1 hour category though. Potentially an hour in a race setting. So there will be some room to catch up, and definitely plenty of good stuff to look forward to with Suitless Meridia and how fast the top runners can do those tricks and that tech. Prediction copy. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that MGA, I don't think, had the right number of moonfalls there.
Oh, that is catastrophic now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is worst case scenario for MGA here.
Yeah, I think you're kind of pot committed at this point, right? Still, the fastest way to do this route is what they're doing. It's definitely not faster to abandon it and go up and get normal collect. So we'll see MGA go again.
All right, Chad, give him your energy. We want to see MGA get back in this race. Got to get 176 consecutive moonfalls in these little blocks that he's in right now.
Yeah, we'll see Eddie here go get Sports Spawn Supers through the back door to bolster his super missile count for the Dragon fight. And Chat, yeah, it's doing this for the power bombs exactly, not Red Tower, basically because it's faster to go do this. Obviously, it may not be faster if you have to repeat it, but from any given point when you're standing here in the core room, the fastest way to get a power bomb is to do this trick and then go down Eddie Coons.
And plus, with the addition of getting netting a super and an E-tank while you're down there, whereas if you climbed Red Tower, you'd only get the power bomb.
Yeah, that loadout is important for the Suitless Dragon. You'll have grapple, but there's some other tech you have to do in that fight that we'll talk about in a few minutes.
But tough luck for MGA having to start over, and then unfortunately not having the correct number of moonfalls there. So my question to Chad is, if you go over 176, does it still count, or does it have to be exactly 176? There we go. MGA back in the driver's seat now with a successfully clipping through that bridge there.
Yeah, so, okay, Chad saying when you get to the right number, you fall through that block, and that's how you know you have enough fall speed to clip through a block. That makes sense.
I see. So he did get the right number, but jumped.
Yeah, if you accidentally jump, you will lose it.
Gotcha. I appreciate the hive mind always coming through for us commentators.
Yes. Okay, so MGA going through Eddie Coons. I didn't note the times, but okay, Eddie gonna enter Red Tower here with like a 12:35.
They're about 12:37.
12:37 Red Tower, so it's gonna be something like 3 minutes. MGA is gonna have to make up. That is significant.
Oof. Yeah, that is significant. But we'll see. There's a lot of category left. But right now, Eddie is in a commanding lead.
Yeah, we may see too. MGA definitely an expert in this category. I don't know how feasible it is to skip a collect like Sports Spawn to make up time. And obviously, you open yourself up to risk in the boss fights if you do that. But we will see what MGA decides to go with.
So Chad asking, what were the first two races? The first race was 100%, won by MGA. The second race was any percent, won by Eddie. And that has brought us to the randomly selected third and final race category of North Korea percent.
Yeah, both races closely fought. Excellent runs for both runners. Just solid, entertaining, highest level Super Metroid play. The next fastest super bag. So yeah, I assume then you need that. There's no way to do the fight without collecting these supers.
A necessary evil, as it were.
So yeah, you'll see some extra missile grabs here. Eddie now heading down into Norfair, 2 energy tanks. And he will pick up the third in a moment. Lag reduction powerbomb strats, and now he will do heck runs through to collect. Let me see. I think it is speed, wave, and then down to crop to get grapple, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Eddie not killing that Sova with that power bomb, apparently. So had to go back and get it.
Slight fall.
It's not 3 minutes, but you know, see if MGA can catch up here. Now, do we see Eddie come up here to Retro Bryn to grab that power bomb?
No, we did not.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's probably going for those rather than alpha and beta PBs up in Red Tower. So I don't know if that's a main route for MGA, but probably faster than going to get the 2 packs in Red Tower.
That's interesting. Some people in chat said yes, he did. Some people in chat saying no, he didn't. So a little bit split on what actually happened.
Okay, Eddie with an ice escape should not be too much of a challenge, and then we'll see if he farms up at all before heading next door. Okay, yeah, probably now. Taking some extra damage in that room. Oh, and a missed ice escape from Eddie, so some catch-up time there. And obviously, Huggy Hell runs through Upper Norfair can go quite badly and necessitate. I think we'll see safety saves.
I hope so. Yeah.
A reset or 2.
It looks like Eddie is heading down there, trying to farm up from these Sovas.
Yeah, 3 tanks should be plenty for all the strats required. But something of a slow farm.
I think, if anything, this is exactly what MGA needed to happen to try to catapult him into catching up.
Yeah, again, Hockey, I am not discounting the suitless tech yet. I admit I have not seen Eddie do it, or how fast or cleanly, but even among high level runners, there's some pretty blazing difference depending on how you go about the suitless strats.
That's true. That's very true.
Chat, no, there are no green gate glitches. It's basically collect everything you need to get through Suitless Meridia, beat Dragon, and then you Forgotten Highway up to Red Ship, and it's pretty normal from there.
Oh, look at this from MGA. He's going to grab ice on the way out.
Oh, wow.
That's really interesting.
Going for it. Yeah, definitely required. With no gravity suit, you cannot do speed entry into Bot Moon. But yeah, looking like later ice. Maybe that's just a heck run optimization hockey.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he had full energy, so he said, why take the risk of going to get ice? But energy might be, well, no, he'll have an opportunity to top off here at speed, and then can of course take the Frog Speedway on the way back to Business Center.
Yeah, 92.
He's gonna cut it close here, but he's gonna make it.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That is a bold amount of health to enter Batcave with hockey, but no sweat, no pressure. Eddie, meanwhile, going with the clearly dominant, but also clearly slower right side Bubble Mountain delayed wall jump.
Yeah, I think he really wanted to drop before going into Batcave here. This is going to be extremely close.
Did he even save? Pause.
He did save, but can he pause? He pause buffered out of it. Yeah. No way.
Classic. Eddie actually did that same strat in his match versus Glove in this tournament. I think in this category. So no stranger to it. Just all the there is a rules document, chat. It does say in there what you can and can't do. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen that actually work in a race setting.
Yeah, that's just clutch play from both. So MGA now with speed farming up, and again, still plenty on the table because the wave hell run coming up. In my opinion, hockey is even harder than speed with 3 tanks.
I believe that. Much fewer, actually, no opportunities to really farm. So,
I mean, it potentially pause scum and farm the KO. I don't know if that works.
Yeah,
I certainly can do it.
All right, MGA into double chamber now. Eddie, though, farming up.
And requests from chat, yeah, absolutely. We'll keep it clean and in accordance with the speed gaming practices. So neither runner is cheating, to be very clear. The strats being used are legal. The rules for this tournament are clearly laid out, and both runners, hockey and every runner I've seen in this community play with high class and good sportsmanship. So yeah, if we have offended anyone by implying otherwise, or chat has, we'll walk that one back.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That, unfortunately, chat, is going to close the book on MGA's run. No safety save.
No saves.
Oh, man. And we do have in the race time room a forfeit from MGA. GG's. What a tough circumstance.
Yeah. Did you see hockey? Did he bonk somewhere or miss a strat?
I think he just missed the jump exiting double chamber. Eddie did too, but I think Eddie just had more energy. But Eddie still, this is going to be really close for Eddie. But I think he just didn't. It might have taken double hits on the spikes. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Eddie just had more health.
Yeah, and now of course Eddie's made it out of there. That clutch point, he can now walk into a safety save if he needs to. And yeah, at the 21-minute mark, MGA very respectful, assuming he won't be able to come back from that one versus a runner of Eddie's caliber. So
for sure,
that's unfortunate. GG's MGA.
Yeah, GG, definitely. Shout outs to MGA. He's just an incredible Super Metroid speedrunner. I totally get it. It's very easy to tilt in this game. But yeah, so it's Eddie's it's Eddie's race to lose. He's gonna be, if he could finish this race, he's gonna be booking a trip to the finals to face MM2. So routing wise prior, we're going down to Croc now, so this will allow the grapple beam to be picked up. And then only then will you exit Norfair then, huh?
Yeah, so then you have grapple, you have wave, you have a loadout. That is enough to get and high jump boots. And ice beam for the Metroid ice clip. So that's the menu of everything you need. And like I said, I'll talk about the Dragon fight. You do pretty much need, you need grapple for that. And we'll explain why. And not to mention, obviously, you need grapple to get through Mount Everest and some of the other stuff in Meridia. So full suitless layout. Eddie is going to clean up these collects and then head up, break the tube, and go from there.
For sure, Pride, for sure. So just to clarify, chat, Eddie still has to complete this run, and for it to be a valid run of the North Korea percent in order to book a win. And so there's no win by default in this tournament that I know of. So yeah, the show will go on. We're gonna get to see Eddie show off this category.
Yeah, I'd have to go to the rules to see what happens in the event of a forfeit. But I tend to agree with you. Obviously Eddie can take his time and do safer strats to make sure he finishes, but still absolutely intending to play it out and finish the category. So setting up here for the intended speed booster, speed jump into grapple beam. And that, I want to say you're going for a mock ball there on the way out, but I've seen plenty of players bonk in that same spot in this category. Yeah, I mean, heck, I suppose I could just look it up.
So showing off some more utility of that grapple beam. It's useful for enemies too. It's not just the fastest door opener in the game too. So that's it for item collection down here in Upper Norfair. And this is it, Pyre. We get to see the
Suitless.
How do I put it? What are the adjectives I want to use to describe Suitless Meridia? The more sedate beauty, the more sedate pace, but still beautiful movement in Super Metroid.
Yeah, no, I will tell you, Hockey, my eyes have been opened. I always liked it, but I've seen people do things in this tournament that I have not before. There is some amazingly quick ways to get through. See, there you go. So the jump into the room with the speed kept from the original pseudo grav jump, freeze the fish through the door, and then missed a jump there. So slight reset of this portion of the room. But there, we've frozen a crab, and now we're looking to freeze this fish. And yes, even without that crab, Eddie able to get into wall jump mode.
Yeah, this is
here's a treat.
This is Eddie's forte for sure. Using that underwater wall jump tag.
Yeah, and then obviously knowing exactly how many shots it takes to freeze all of these enemies with the various beam combos. Just lots and lots of versatile Super Metroid execution. Here's Everest with grapple beam. You release when you are moving horizontally through your swing, and that's the way Samus will go.
I feel like Samus's momentum is definitely different in the horizontal direction than the vertical when you're underwater. Just seems to behave a little differently.
And then so here we're gonna see a few required techs, and even Eddie is gonna take a save because there are ways to soft lock, and I think pretty much any runner in a tournament setting, chat claiming cowards. I think pretty much any runner in this setting would take the opportunity to safety save. So here's a grapple jump. You grapple, get the upward momentum, and then morph and unmorph in such a way that you keep it.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah,
now, one of my favorites here, Pirate.
Yes.
The little Metroid ice clip here.
Yeah.
See, even I know this one. This is no problem.
You go up, and yeah, you actually in map rat mode you have to do this. I think on hard. Not like that.
Yeah, that was a little high
through this room. So there you go. Manipulate the Metroid to the right height. This the physics of this game in general, Hockey have an issue with 2 tile high gaps. So if you can make a gap that is the right height, you can exploit it to clip through a 1 tile surface above you.
That's so interesting.
A few times where that's a thing. So here, no slouch. Botwoon versus Suitless Samus. Nice, careful fight here by Eddie. with no X Factor set up. It's 10 supers or the equivalent. Nicely done. And now on to Dragon.
And Eddie wisely remembering that Bochuin's body, like the circles making up his body, they all hit you for a lot of damage. So keeping his distance until Bochuin was absolutely dead. So very wise.
Yeah, the Suitless is just so diverse, so demanding. It's the movement, the tech, all the item tech you have to do, and then all the enemies, Haki and Meridia, just hit like a truck when Samus has no barrier or gravity suit to fall back on. So all the bosses, so you're not only slow, but you will be destroyed if you put a foot wrong and get hit by enemies.
I love that. Not only are you slow, but you will be destroyed.
You'll be annihilated.
Annihilated with prejudice.
Nobody in their
by these
right
enemies.
mind would do this game this way.
So grapple beam, it's not just for opening doors or swinging from blocks. It's also for farming.
All right, and some other things. So we're about to see. Do you mind if I start talking about the Dragon fight?
Yeah, go for it. I have nothing to add for that fight, so take it away.
Nothing, not to discount anything with suitless Metroid climbs out of the water or this room, which will eat your lunch if you're not careful. But looking ahead, so kind of working backwards, Eddie has to be able to escape the Dragon fight, which means getting up the precious room, the room before Dragon. That's going to require a Shine Spark, and there's only one way in this category to charge one. You could also use X-Ray Climb if you had X-Ray, which I think is permitted. I'd have to go look that up, but very slow collect. So this is the strat that runners use. He's going to do what's called a flash suit. So you execute a crystal flash in Dragon, and then you do that while Dragon is gooping, and Dragon will goop and grab Samus, and the act of getting grabbed forces you to stand up, which for reasons completely unknown to me, end up in Samus being given a spike suit. So with this loadout, that is the only way to get that spike suit, and that is why Eddie's damaging down now to do this crystal flash. Then you have to dodge until goop time, crystal flash, get grabbed, and voila, spike suit conferred. Then you have to not waste your spike suit. You have to finish the Dragon fight, grapple jump out of this room without wasting your spike suit. I can't even begin to tell you, Haki, what inputs are required to do that. Then in the next room, you'll see Eddie exploit his spike suit and spark up to the top. So that is the nuance of North Korea %. And no other version of the vanilla game, or no other category, I should say, will you see this specific tag.
That is wild. Oh, drop the quick kill there, unfortunately. Looking for another goop pattern here to restart.
Yeah, and I think, yes, you can still just get grabbed. You'll retain the spike suit. Obviously, health is filled up by the crystal flash, so doing okay there. You do want to go get space jump, because it's the best item in the game.
It sure is.
I don't actually believe that Haki is a PRKD runner, but
you don't,
because I'm never allowed to get it.
Oh, you can go.
I don't know how to use
slow. All right, so Chad asking part, what is North Korea about this? Yeah, so Chad answered it for Chad. It's the initials. It's the boss order. You know, taking it as an acronym, that it spells out the DPRK. So,
Democratic People's Republic of Korea, aka North Korea.
That's right. That's what it is. And look at that.
One tile wide gap, by the way, for that spark, but Eddie knows where to stand, he knows what to do, and there we go. Pseudo grab jump. Still just lots and lots of suitless tech to get to this point. And now Samus can space jump across and do the suitless exit.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But now some nice routing here, I think. Because you can take the Forgotten Highway to the wreck ship, and that's a seldom seen part of the game in vanilla Super Metroid speedrunning.
Rare rooms. They are part of the vanilla game. Just ones that don't often get used because it's faster just to go around the other way. But yeah, we'll see. So I think Plasma next. Yeah, Space Jump, Plasma, and then Forgotten Highway. After that, it's Wreck Ship, Fantoon. From there, once you've collected Gravity Suit Hockey, you're pretty much in go mode at that point. You've got the tanks, you've got the suit, you've got Plasma Beam, you've got Space Jump. It essentially becomes Boss Rush to finish off Kraid and Ridley after that.
That's right. That's the Boss Rush component. I got you, Pirate.
But yeah, some very awesome and difficult tech to execute to get to here, and just because of what's required, fundamentally different than like RBO or other categories that may sound similar or look similar on the surface. So fun one. I like this one a lot.
No doubt at all.
To watch. I like watching this one a lot.
It's so strange to see Samus in a yellow suit with Plasma Beam. That's really remarkable. But with no X-ray, there's no microwave potential, unfortunately.
Yeah, no microwave.
I guess it's really only Fantoon that's left, so it would probably make no sense to go get X-ray.
Yeah, it doesn't help you much with Ridley or do anything else for you. And yeah, by the time you get to Ridley again, you've got the Gravity Suit and Space Jump. So Lower Norfair is a pretty... Chad asking, so first race was 100%, MGA won that one. Second race was any percent, won by Eddie. Both highly contested. Here in North Korea or DPRK percent, unfortunately MGA took a death in the Upper Norfair Hell runs and did not have a safety save, so forfeited at that point. Not the way you like to see anybody go out, but at this level, like you either have to play for it all hockey or you're going to get beat anyway.
I agree, Pirate. It was a winner-take-all situation, and MGA unfortunately during the moon dance portion dropped one of his jumps, I guess you could say, and then accidentally jumped on the second time around. So it put him in a pretty big hole. So he was definitely playing, pretty fast and loose, no safeties, no nothing. So
yeah,
it was a tough circumstance, but it doesn't take a single thing away from MJ. Still an absolute champion Super Metroid runner, and has had one heck of a tournament.
And don't forget, down 2 iterations of Moondance as well. So
right,
from the position of being down by about 3 minutes. I'm excited to watch this back and look at exactly who collected what and see if there were many do outs. But I want to say MGA had made up at least a minute, probably 2, before the unfortunate end, which at the 21-minute point, that's huge.
Yeah, he was blazing. He was definitely coming back with a vengeance. Because if he would have been even with Eddie through Business Center, he would have actually been behind because he still had to grab Ice Beam. But he was at Wave, he was ahead. So
yeah.
I don't know if he was an Ice Beam ahead, but he was gaining time. But it looks like Eddie's going to tee up for this Fantoon. This is an interesting loadout for Fantoon.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-round. You're doing a charged plasma. I don't think it's worth the time to turn off beams and try to do a pop tune. So you're just blazing away essentially. But those charged plasma shots doing tons and tons of damage.
So devastating.
All right, so now we're all over the map. Hockey in this category: up, down. Again, gravity to affect a go mode. Excuse me, and then all the way down to Lower Norfair for Eddie. To polish up Ridley.
But we're just gonna go. Are we just gonna go West Ocean, Criteria, Bryn, Norfair? Like, is that gonna be the routing after we grab the gravity suit here?
Yeah, just the normal red tower down. I don't know if there's much of a low road, high road difference through Upper Norfair to get down there. I'd assume with this low road would be the way.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, although there are people, you know, they really like Northern Route for getting to Lower Norfair in at least PRKD. But I don't know what ramifications that has for this category, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I guess it's potentially just about what movement you are more comfortable with and do more in your other categories.
For sure, like how much overlap you have between the categories that you run in practice. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would put it. I think any percent KPDR is, or potentially hundo is going to be the closest in terms of you have speed, you have space jump, you have high jump, and you have plasma beam.
Right.
And if you already have ice, Northern Route is faster. Good stuff.
Yeah, shout outs to Chabo for that nugget of info. So now, just like RBO, every time you defeat a boss, it gets a little bit easier. And Eddie being handsomely rewarded with that gravity suit, that should make things much easier. But of course, the main draw of the gravity suit part, we've already been through Meridia. We don't need to go through it again.
Yeah, so you do have to do Kraid last. So you also get the benefit of PRKD style gravity suit, doing all your pseudo very suit work in the hot rooms of Norfair. But yeah, it's you may have noticed, like, not even a left side super collect in Wrecked Ship at this point. Once you are done with Fentoon, it's gravity suit, and that is pretty strictly go mode.
Wow.
I think we will not see another collect of anything in the category.
Because you already have like 20 and 15, so
various suit, obviously after you're done with Kraid, you still need
of course.
Yeah.
Got to be able to survive that that rainbow beam. Although you could potentially have six suits.
Yeah.
Six E-tanks at this point, or by the end of the run. But Varia suit's just so easy to get. Like, why skip it?
Yeah, I think
it'd just be silly.
You'd have to really work to convince me that even like Kraid tank would be faster, or Ridley tank.
I mean,
Ridley tank maybe. I'll give you that one.
Varia is like what? It's 2 door transitions in like a second.
Yeah.
Grab the actual suit, whereas I feel like Kraid tank, the movement's tougher to get to Kraid tank than just running through a door. And
it would be a lot of hair splitting. You could make a case, maybe, hey, Ridley tank, I have to move less tiles. But more complicated. Yeah, I don't know. If my game is ever at the level where that matters, I will retire happily hockey.
That's fair. Be a super tough Mother Brain 2 fight, even with this full beam combination too. So just to those people out there, just get the Varia suit.
Yeah, you make a very good point. Way less risky to have the Varia. Okay, so Northern Route it is, cruising across.
So nice. So this does kind of have a flavor of KPDR here. It's so interesting. Even Hundo, I mean, not nearly as strapped up as Hundo, but you at least have the major players, the gravity suit, the space jump, the full beam combo by the time you get to Lower Norfair.
Yeah, so I think very, very much like Hundo strats at this point.
For sure.
To get through. Easy, clean, worst room. Again, I don't know if Eddie was going for the spark that time, but back to power bombs. Obviously, plenty of power bombs in the loadout, so no need to be skimpy with them here.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. So this worst room of the game. Scammed on the power bomb drop. Gotta watch out for that next pirate. Gonna defrost real quick, but Eddie's up through the top here. Good recovery.
Yeah, through there cleanly with 264 health, looking pretty good. And okay, no issues in Empatha. Spoke too soon. Those gold pirates, they come after you.
I mean, Lower Norfair is just, no matter what you have or how long you've been running the game, Lower Norfair is just a pit of lethality.
Okay, good health here. I'd expect a beam strat for metal pirates. This nice precise entry into Wasteland, 2 bombs of precision, and then a very tight mock ball. And you just waltz through all the Disgigas. Which, yeah, I think that's generally what you see from anyone who does Pantoon first 90%. Because that's how you have to do it, but then mixing up very much a KPDR plasma beam strat for metal pirates.
For sure, for sure. He's just been razor sharp here since worst room, and just going for it. Look at this. Oh, you love to see it.
169 health. Let's go.
Let's go. Call this death from above. The little extra cheeky charge shot here against Ridley. Effective with or without the plasma beam. You love to see that too. But this is ice water in your veins right here.
There's 3/4.
Almost there. Be careful, Eddie. Finish him off with the supers. Oh!
Just putting on.
Oh!
Yeah. A couple of hits right at the end, but that was pretty nice and clean.
Oh my gosh. Eddie! Be careful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, depending on the drops, yeah, I certainly would have picked up Ridley Tank for the escape here. Eddie confident. Plasma does a ton for you. Oh, just gonna run through the acid. Space jump. Underneath some, I know I was told what they were called earlier, but then I forgot.
I did too, yeah, to be honest with you.
No pirate farming.
Well, Pirate, unfortunately, as we discussed, I do have to sign off here a little early, so my apologies to you and everyone here on Speed Gaming, but it's been a very, very fun series. Wishing Eddie all the best as he moves on, and MGA, hope to see him in action in the future tournaments. So thank you all for watching, and keep watching because this race isn't over, and I'm sure Eddie and MGA will be joining for interviews. So yeah, have a good one. It was a great time coming with you, Pirate.
Hey, likewise, Hockey. Thank you. This has been a ton of fun. I'll carry it through to the end. And yeah, look forward to seeing you again soon.
Right on. Thanks, Pirate.
Take care. All right, y'all. Training wheels are off. It's just me now. Here we go. No, Eddie, I am watching his health, but yeah, my thought on his mindset is with plasma and charge, you can just slow it down when you need to, right? If you've taken some hits, you can just go a little slower and start killing enemies before they become a problem. So, carrying 115 health out of Lower Norfair. Nice and easy, and now just a crade between him and completion. Yeah, Hockey was hoping for GT Classic so he could finish it out. But a solid 3-game set from MGA and Eddie here. I know, y'all, this has been some of the funnest Super Metroid I've watched in a while. Okay, so Kraid, pretty normal cleanup. Again, I don't think we see, other than Varia, any other routing or item collects. So Baby Kraid, nice space jump to the D boost, and we'll see if Eddie can go 3 for 3 with no Kraid stand-ups. Ryan, I don't think so. If you're referring to stand-up glitch, you could grab a tank, but you need 70 tanks to do it, and that's 14 seconds of fanfare. Like break even if you're very good, what is an optimal stand-up save, like 15 seconds possibly, and that's fanfare plus door transitions to collect 2 more E-tanks. So no, I think in this category it's Varia and finish with 5. Yeah, definitely an option. And do you remember off the top of your head, did that involve collecting another tank earlier for like the Dragon fight? Because I could definitely see that, like boosting up, while you're doing the parts in the beginning, or boosting up for hell runs even. Heck runs, excuse me. But yeah, at this point in the game, I think transitions to collect 2 more would not be something most runners would go for. Okay, yeah, I've never timed out like a. Yeah, Steven, this is the 3rd game. Won a piece, and unfortunately, MGA took a death in the Upper Norfair heck runs. Missed a jump, I think, and perished there without a safety save, so I had to forfeit at about the 20-minute point. But Eddie's still putting on a show, doing an awesome job. It has been good competitive fun speed running from both runners all afternoon today. So Fire Fleas. I've done it and left the room with like a 21-second room time. So yeah, you go faster than that. Kraid tank is like 10 plus door transitions. I don't think you could do Fire Fleas faster than Kraid tank. Yeah, that's just me. I have not gone all in on Fire Fleas collect, but I think 20 seconds is like a decent planning factor for that. Okay, here we go, Torian. Pretty favorable competitive loadout, which just is. Watch this air. Let's go, Eddie. Let's see it. Yeah, after the drop scams in Torian on the last race for both runners. No harm in filling up. And Eddie, wow, okay. I will cop to being pretty impressed on that one, Eddie. Strong work. Strong flex. Some RBO tech, I assume, or just general mastery, pursuit of mastery of the game. And yeah, Ryan, same thing. I was cramming for the test this morning. Love some hundo strats on Metroid rooms. All right. Bang bang. Dude, still scam drops 25 and 9. Okay. Plenty. Yeah, if you're just getting in, both players had to go open doors and refill missiles last run after scams in Metroid 3 and 4. Yeah, right. So then, of course, it was hundo followed by any percent. I'm like, sweet, glad I crammed. No, that was very nice to have a clue what I'm talking about for this route. Okay, one Stachio skip. And what are we on? Like an hour 3 per, yeah, 1 hour 3 pace, 1 hour 2 pace, something like that, I think. All right, nice, flawless MV1. 20 shots away, plenty of health margin. We'll see what he has for us in store on the escape. Some laser hair removal surgery from Mother Brain. Let's go. I may be way off, chat. Is it 5 minutes after Mother Brain 1? I'm trying to remember. Oh, and yeah, this is the faster fight too, so maybe 4:30 after Mother Brain 1, so you're right. I was thinking it was 5 minutes after Mother Brain 2. Yeah, super quick and easy, very nice damage down. Strong work, Eddie. Yeah, this shout outs to both runners just for how high caliber, how entertaining this has been start to finish. You guys have put on an awesome show. So, Eddie takes it. Eddie will then move on. It is going to be MM2 NES cartridge, the #1 seed in the final. He was victorious over Scotty in the semis a couple days ago. And then I know there is an unofficial like GG's bracket in this tournament, but no feedback into a grand final for this one. So one more best of 3 TBD as far as I understand it. Man, I'm kind of wanting that stand-up glitch right about now. But let's see. Here we go. Poor baby. The baby Metroid is the real victim every time. And 36 hyper beam shots. Let's see it. Beautiful. Yeah, Zenny dropped out of the tournament before his match with. Hold. He got seeded, but yeah, I think he dropped out before his match with Fuzda. Correct me, anyone, if I'm wrong on that point. Yeah, this playing Super Metroid at this level is a huge endeavor for anyone who hasn't tried to speedrun this game before. The amount of time commitment and effort you have to put into just even getting through one of these tournaments is always going to compete with the other priorities for your time. So yeah, and obviously Zenny grinding for 100% world record, or excuse me, an 90% world record and getting it last week or this week. I don't know what day it is, chat. But here we go, man. Just over the 1 hour mark for Eddie, closing it out. GG's with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour and 9 seconds even. Congrats and shout outs to Eddie. Awesome work, runners.
All right, just got on the ship. Now I'm here.
Hey, what's up, Eddie? Welcome in. Yeah, I don't know if MGA is still around. I didn't see. I don't think I saw a chat in the race room. But congrats, GG's.
Thank you.
Congrats
Thank you.
on advancing to the final and putting on some awesome runs today. How are you feeling about them?
Oh, I'm feeling like I played an hour of DPRK. That's about what I feel like right now. Okay, I saw MGA. Okay, well, obviously I know what happened to MGA. I had a stream open the whole time, basically. But
Oh, nice.
I thought I had to get... I thought I screwed up because I thought I was supposed to get ice and then high jump. And then use the high jump as the refill to get through pre-cathedral. But then I saw MGA just gun it for the right. So I guess you pick up ice later. I didn't realize that. Maybe I screwed up. It looks like I did.
Well, I want to go watch. I think obviously you're going to be challenged on both heck runs either way. I think he might have just been trying to make up time. He missed, we think, about 3 minutes worth of Moondance. He had to redo that twice.
I saw that happen. I saw...
Yeah.
It was kind of annoying because I was watching his screen, and then so I'm like doing my own Moondance, and I see him also doing the Moondance. It's like I can't turn my monitor off because seeing him Moondance and then seeing myself Moondance, it was like distracting me. Like I had to like look away, right? I don't know, something about seeing his rhythm like was making me like about to like mess up.
Yeah,
but then I saw he slipped out, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. I saw he slipped out. I'm like, well, that's gonna put me really far ahead because he was like halfway through.
Yeah.
Then he restarted, and then I saw him mess up the moonfall, and then he jumped. I'm like, oh, he is really in trouble now.
Obviously, mentally, that must have been tough to play through. I know how I would have felt. But after that, though, he was just raging. He still picked up Sports Bond Supers, and then I think was just trying to gain time on you in Norfair. I don't know if obviously you have to get ice to go to Meridia, so he would have got it at some point.
So I think his plan was to get it on the way out, but I just couldn't like think about how you were supposed to do that. So I mean, I guess you just get it on the way out, right? But like, I don't know. I've only done this a few times, and this is my first time moon dancing in a run or a race ever.
Oh wow, nice, dude! Congrats, GG's, you got it.
Well, the reason I did it is because okay, so here's my story. I've done 2 DPRK runs before this, right? The first one I did, I'm like, all right, you know what? Like, here's how I'm gonna play this tournament. I'm gonna just, whenever a category comes up I'm not familiar with, I'm just gonna throw up like Zost's run or something like that on the side, and I'm just gonna follow along on the YouTube video.
Nice.
And like, well, I did RBO already, and like DPRK is supposed to be like RBO, right? Well, turns out you get like 1 less E tank because you don't, get the taco tank, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like casually going through like pre-cathedral, watching Zost's PV, and then I see he starts pause abusing in Rising Tide, and I'm like, wait a second. Then I look at my health, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. So
Oh,
I
so
died.
you were
I
following this
died.
on like, live while you were playing in the tournament.
I died. This was against Dang, and
Nice.
I got lucky because Dang died 30 minutes in and then had to DNF. So I won like by default, but I died like 10 minutes in. I'm like, well, I didn't realize that was so hard. So
Yeah,
Moondance gives
run-
you that extra E tank. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Like, and then if I wanted, I could get the reserve, but you know, I felt confident enough at this point. But yeah, that's why I was like, you know, I'm gonna learn this not for RBO, but I'm gonna learn it for DPRK.
Very awesome. Yeah, I've seen. I thought I saw. I'm trying to remember who. Glove, but not versus you. A couple of runners did the route without Moondance, and those heck runs. Like I think they each died like twice at some point.
Yep.
And they were safety setting, obviously, so it was good back and forth lead swaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are brutal.
Yeah, yeah. So I admittedly I had because like after you kind of like get gravity and stuff, that it's kind of just like you just go beat the game essentially.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like KPDR. And honestly, like I kind of because I just played, you know, Hundo, and I just played some what did we do this like? Yeah, we just played like Hundo and stuff like that. I kept thinking I had like screw attack, so I kind of tried going through the rooms with screw attack in my mind, and I'm like, wait a second, I can't do that. So this just like really messed with my head doing all these runs afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know how any of you in this tournament are able to like mentally pivot back and forth and not make critical mistakes.
Well, the answer is apparently not really. This is a run full of critical mistakes, but MGA made the ultimate critical mistake of dying. So
yeah. Yeah, so definitely shout outs, GG's to MGA. He put up a good fight. What was your thoughts on the Hundo run?
Well, I saw that MGA missed Crate Quick Kill. I was watching him, right? And you know, talked a little bit of trash in the race room. No, not the race room. His chat, SG chat. Everywhere he might be looking, I don't think he was looking though, right? Because I knew I was still gonna lose anyway. I kept the lead where I thought I could keep the lead, which was the early game up until, you know, like basically up until getting into wreck ship. But then immediately after that point, like there's a lot of strats where you kind of need to know like where to stand on this pixel. For example, immediately after killing Fantoon, you have to go up the basement into the shaft. And there's like a strat where you have to like moonwalk onto a pixel and upshot. I don't remember any of that, right? There was a time where I did. I don't remember any of that. So basically, I'm kind of playing it like a map rando where I'm just like winging it and trying to get as fast as I can. Basically, every strat I did from Fantoon until the end of the game was probably just like a backup strat, not like a real strat. I forgot how to robot flush, so I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna get it if I practice it for a day. So, yeah.
Yeah, we were remarking at that point. MGA was gaining on you in there. His movement.
Yeah. There's no way I'm gonna. He's got like a 115. I think there's no way. Like I got 2 weeks of practice, got me that 117 in the tournament. And I did put a little bit of time into it. There's just way too much in Hundo. And MGA has just done a lot of Hundo over the years. I've done like 20 runs, so it's just too much to learn and remember.
Nice, but then obviously you dominated in any percent.
Okay, I was on a 41 4x pace on Turian, so I was just like, I know I was so far ahead, and I could have like saved and stuff like that, or like taken some backups, but I was like, wait a second, like I haven't gotten a second 41 since my first one. It'd be kind of cool to do it in a tournament, but those Metroids kind of screwed me over. So that
4118? That's your only 41?
Only 41. I went from a 42 to the 4118. Yeah.
Wow, GG's there. And yeah, you were there. Scammed on drops. Both of you got scammed on drops.
Yeah. MGA, I think, did it because he had to, sort of. At that point, like, MGA is so far behind, like, he might as well just go all out and all in, because there's what else? If I die, which is the only other way he wins, then it doesn't matter if he gets scammed on the drops, right? So it's not a big deal. So I get why he did what he did. I missiled like everything, and I just kept getting nothing, and then we were saying your luck had run out, kind of. You had some good RNG earlier in the run. Oh yeah, the fast. That was pretty sick.
Yes, the triple fast.
Yep.
But yeah, all good. Did you, by our math, you could have opened one less door before you went to refill? Was that just like in lieu of a safety save, take an extra super in?
Is that right? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you could have done one more, but you would have been like literally no missed, no snipes. And
So I was 27, right? I was 27. Okay, never mind. Yeah. That would have been. Yeah. So I was just thinking we used 3 supers, so I was just gonna drop 3 supers. At that point, like I would have thought more about it, but at that point, the 41's dead, so I just kind of I was a little less aggressive about that.
GG's though, all good. You finished it out, and then strong work getting through DPRK versus one of the best runners of the category.
Yep.
And, shout outs again one more time. GG's to MGA2 for putting up a heck of a show. This one was hard fought all the way through. I appreciate you guys.
Yep. Thank you, Pirate, for the comms, and thanks, Hockey. I know he's not here anymore, but appreciate both of you doing comms.
Dude, our pleasure for sure. Good luck. Good luck in the finals. I look forward, sincerely looking forward to watching that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, any last words? I'll close it out there.
No, that's it for me. Thank you again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you all. It's been fun. Appreciate everybody here. Congrats, GG's to Eddie advancing to the finals in the multi-category tournament. Thanks all and take care.